Welcome back to episode 163. This is Are We Still Friends? I'm here with Alina Miller and Sarah Meyer.
Yes, we're here.
We're here as our married personas.
And it's actually funny you say that. I was at a bookstore yesterday.
You went to a bookstore and you didn't fucking tell me? That's so messed up.
And with a child.
That's
and
so messed up.
And it was dead quiet in there. I was like, oh, please don't make a sound. And he didn't. He didn't make a sound. I was like, he knows the rules of a library.
Well, you went to a bookstore. That's different than a library. That's literally night and day. Bookstores are for play.
No. This was library vibes.
Oh, okay.
It was like dead silent. Like, don't even.
Why did you go to a bookstore?
I wanted to look around. I wanted to get some books.
That's a fucking lie. You read excerpts. Everyone knows on this podcast.
They have picture books at bookstores.
You want a picture book. Oh, okay.
They have cute stuff.
Were you getting something for your son?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was for him, not for you.
It was just to like stroll around.
No, it's an activity. I like it. I just was curious if you went there with an intention.
If I saw something worth reading, I totally would have.
Do you even know how to
seemed more like picture books, coffee table books, kind of. They were cool. But I went to go pay, and the lady asked me my last name.
What'd you do?
And I said my old last name.
Why'd she ask your last name? Kind of feels personal.
I know, right? I didn't bother. It was probably like put in the system, and I just let it happen.
Okay.
And so I used my old last name.
My God, bold move, getting divorced.
And Noel literally went, "That's not your name." And no, it's not. And I'm like, she doesn't know any different. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. It's not. And he's like, yeah, sorry. Like, it just like got really focused. I was like, you're like blowing my cover here. Like, now you're making it look like I don't want your last name.
Yeah.
Like we're fighting and like I'm embarrassed of you. Like it's not any of those things. I just slipped up.
Was it a slip up? Or were you like, I'm going to look weird if I say Miller?
Yeah. I felt weird.
Yeah.
I felt like kind of like
you were stepping
like
on
if
his
I was
toes.
alone, like fine.
you'd
But
just
like
know
in
it,
front of him, it's like
no, totally.
no,
You didn't want to presume.
yeah,
to
and
be
it's also
married.
like you're saying a name that's like you've only just had.
You're barely into your Miller era.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I'm thinking like you're gonna be like it's like super judgmental, you know? Like what if I say it wrong?
No, you could.
What if I spell it wrong?
It's very hard to say.
Yeah.
What if you spell it wrong?
Yeah. It's like you're an expert in the Miller game, but I'm not.
Mhm.
And like I don't need you to see that I'm novice right now.
I agree.
So I'd rather just go with what I know. Something you can't say.
Wow. Do you want to start or should I?
I want you to start.
I wonder where I should begin. Let me look to it. Oh, okay. So this is just like a quick mom thing, and I want to know if you do it too. And tell me if I've talked about this because it was making me laugh the other day, and I feel as though this is 100% every single mom does this.
Okay.
Okay. I refuse to get 100% comfortable at any time because I could be moving any minute, you know? So like at night, I'm like, let's not just I'll lay back down and I could feel like a crunch of the pillow. I'm like, don't get too comfortable. You're about to get up. Like if I'm sitting in a chair and the pillows are kind of all messed up and like my butt's, I'm like, don't get too comfortable. You're about to. So I will stay. I just stay in a constant level of just not fully comfortable just in case. So that way I can be like, I'm not fully asleep. It's not that bad. I'm not fully comfortable. So everything is just like, just don't get comfortable exactly where you are. And boom, you're up and you don't care because you're like, that pillow is bugging me anyways. I don't need to do that.
That's such great cope.
Do you get fully comfortable? Are you out there totally relaxed?
I'm like the second I'm home and I know that maybe we're not going anywhere, like the trips are done for the day, I'm going to get in my PJs. I'm going to get everything set up.
PJ comfort. I'm just talking about like, you know,
and I'm
like,
going to sit in the most comfortable position possible.
You are. Okay. Okay, so my whole thing when we started, when I said 100% of moms do this, I'm getting confirmation. Reject.
Yeah. I think it's just your coping mechanism.
I just feel like, okay, so I also have a standing baby. My baby doesn't sit even on my lap ever, even when she was small. She said, if I sat down, she said, stand up. First words. So I always was like, let's just always remain not at ease.
Yeah.
Then you're constantly going. But you're telling me you got to sit down, baby?
I mean, I'm only like a quarter of the way into what you're into. And so for now, yeah, he'll allow me to sit
And
when
so
he
even at
sleeps.
night, like you'll get comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay,
I'll get all set up wherever I'm going to sit, and I'll be comfy.
Wow,
and I'll try to make everything right.
Like even if I have to pee, I'm like, just hold it. You're going to get up. Just like stay where you are.
No, I'm the opposite. I'm like, if I don't pee, I'm not taking care of myself.
Stop taking care of yourself, Lena. That's crazy.
I know. It's so crazy.
Okay. I guess my theory has been rejected. And that's the case. I'll try to get more comfortable. No, you know what? I won't. I like my theory.
Take care
No.
of yourself.
No. I like this. I like to be a little bit off base.
That means you're literally always tense.
No, I like to be a little bit off kilter. I just like it now. I think I'm just so I'm a little bit off.
I don't like it
adjacent.
for you.
No, it's fun. It keeps me. I'm like, oh, this. Now I'm laughing. Like now I'm giggling at myself. I like a constant joke as a backstream to my life. I'm like, oh, there's like a rock in my shoe. That's preparing me.
Actually, what it sounds like to me is like insane positivity.
No, I've changed my mental state to be constant positivity.
Like, I'm so glad that I got up
No,
because the pillow was uncomfortable.
Thank
It's
God.
like, no, you were actually really uncomfortable.
yeah. And now I can adjust it and help my baby.
Yeah.
I got 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Thank you for seeing the bright side.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something else as a mom, and tell me again since I'm postpartum if I've talked about this, but like, okay, everyone knows that's listened to this podcast that I only prefer war as one bullet at a time. That's the only way to do war, okay? Or with swords. I feel like that's the only just and fair way.
Those are 2 very different things.
Swords or 1 bullet, okay? So I've been thinking a lot about wars as a mom. You're like, oh man, I can imagine the moms like sending their kids off to war. I think about that all the time. Every day, really. Just imagining these moms sending their kids to war. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine. And then I was thinking about all the wars and I'd be like, oh, I guess like, okay, that
Thinking
war.
about all the wars?
Yeah, I was thinking about every war that's ever happened. I was like, okay, like if I was a mom, how could I do that war? I don't know. And then I thought, could you imagine your son coming home and he's like, oh mom, I gotta go to war, and you're like, what are you fighting about? Like what's your cause? And they're like, cinnamon. I'm fighting this war over fucking spice. I gotta go to war and I might die because my king wants cinnamon. And I'd be like, fuck no, you're not gonna go die over cinnamon. I don't give a fuck. Bland food forever. The only war I'd be willing to fight over a spice is salt. I'll die for salt, okay?
Mhm.
Cinnamon, fuck off. I'm not sending my son to war for cinnamon. And I hope
What
every
about
mom.
saffron?
No.
No?
No. Salt is it. I'll give up pepper. I won't give up salt. Cinnamon is so stupid, and I know that a lot of people died for it. And so every time I use cinnamon, I give thanks. Every fucking time. My daughter loves cinnamon. So
I think cinnamon is like a very necessary
to
spice.
die for. You're gonna give up your firstborn son for
No, I'm not giving up anything.
Exactly. That war is ridiculous. They fought for that. They died for cinnamon.
Died for cinnamon.
Imagine like the beaches
They
of
didn't
Normandy
die
over
for
cinnamon. Yes, they did.
No,
people died for cinnamon.
They died for power.
Yeah, I know, but the king said he wanted cinnamon, Alina.
It was a fake.
We don't know that, okay? There's war over spice every day.
Spice because it gives them power.
Yes, I know. I've seen Dune. I understand spice is important, but I am not sending my child for cinnamon. I'm not. And I wish people back in the day laid down the law more and said, not cinnamon. Not cinnamon.
There were other spices, though.
Okay, but how many spices? 10, 15? What was it?
Do you want me to read you them?
How just?
I mean, they
Just
fought
give
over
me an
tea.
estimate. Exactly. Well, that's caffeine, and I will die for that.
There's like 8 spices.
There's 8 spices
In the whole world?
No, of course not.
In the world of the spice trade.
in the world of spice trade.
Oh,
Come
Are
on,
you
everyone
talking
knows
about the
that.
spice trade?
I'm talking about
You didn't
the
even
war
know.
over spice.
You didn't even know.
People were dying left and right over the trade.
But they were dying over the power. They weren't
Alina,
dying over
course,
this.
Of course, all wars about power. But again, we're still fighting over cinnamon. Okay, obviously there's big picture here. Okay,
Yeah.
That's
When you get
power.
down to brass tacks.
it's cinnamon. It's nutmeg.
I know. I would die for basil though.
No. Let basil go, Elena.
No.
You don't need that shit.
No.
No, it's not worth it.
Needed.
That's a leaf. That's not even a spice. You can't. You either pick a spice. That's
cinnamon a
die
leaf?
for. No,
in the beginning,
Oh, I don't know.
like it comes from a plant.
A stick.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a stick. It's like vanilla.
It comes from the earth.
I'd probably die over vanilla. Like vanilla is something that I put in my coffee, and that's also I'm willing to fight with a
Cinnamon-
sword. Though I'm not.
There's so many things that we wouldn't have in this world if we didn't have cinnamon.
Like what?
Cinnamon rolls.
I'll pass.
Cinnamon in your oatmeal.
Pass.
What else?
There's nothing like pumpkin pie. Stupid. You know how I feel about that. Pass. There's nothing with cinnamon I'm willing to die for. Or send my son off.
Tiramisu?
No, there's no cinnamon in that, but
Okay,
I do
fuck.
love tiramisu.
It looks like it.
There's like a dash of chocolate. Cocoa powder.
People probably died for cocoa powder.
People probably have died for cocoa powder.
Yeah.
Chocolate is an elite death.
Did you know that in times of war, there's a surge in boys being born? That's
How
why
do you know that?
That's
Where
why
did
every
did TikTok tell you that?
no, it was an actual article.
Oh,
it was a
okay.
study.
Was it an excerpt?
In times of war,
In times
boys
of
are born.
And you're telling me now
They
that-
don't know what the correlation is, but it's obviously male sperm. Well, I mean, obviously. It's obviously male sperm on a mission. The
So
males, they know about the war.
males have a sixth sense to produce more males during wartime. Obi's digging so hard to try to find male
No,
sperm wartime.
it's a real thing.
I found it, but the only issue is that it's the returning soldier effect. It's usually after wars.
Oh.
Aren't we always after a war?
Technically we're all post-war. We're all post-COVID,
Yeah.
post-war, postpartum.
Yeah.
And they have
Post,
reasons
post,
that
post.
they think, but I don't.
But there's no way to track.
There's no way to track.
But everyone is having boys.
It's true. I've noticed it too.
Everyone.
I had a girl.
You're pregnant? Okay, boy. Yeah, but that was years ago.
That was literally 2 years.
Years. 1, 2, multiple years.
Well, at least this is giving us a good ratio, and hopefully the girls have such a nice selection that they're like, oh, they better. You know, we were talking about last time. They're gonna rise up and be better people because there's more of them, right?
No, there's less of them.
Oh, I thought like we had like the pick of the litter. You know?
No, there's less girls.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if it's a survival of the fittest with guys, they have to like fucking rise up because girls are gonna pick the best ones. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, but then they're also going to be outnumbered.
Okay, maybe it's gonna even out because if girls were dominating 2 years
This
ago,
is you seeing the positives of everything right now.
No, I've realized I can be kind of an annoying positive poly at times.
No, it's not annoying.
But don't you sometimes feel like you want someone to be like, yeah, fuck that.
yeah, sometimes for sure. I'm
Yeah.
like, don't.
Stop finding the bright side.
Yeah.
I agree. There's only like find the bright side and then circle back and be like, actually, I changed my mind. Stupid.
Yeah.
So I guess yay men. Like, or is that where we're going here?
I don't know. It's like it's just an epidemic, and I wanted to share it with you.
Is it the census, the consensus?
That's where we're getting the information.
So you found the information on the consensus.
the census, the consensus gave
Is that the census is saying it's all boys?
yes
Okay.
post-war. I'd be curious what other spices have been
Fought over.
fought over.
I think
yeah.
salt and pepper. But honestly, come on, those are the only two classics you really need.
I know.
Okay, go ahead. I'll calm down about my cinnamon.
No, I'm reveling in your revelation.
Thank you.
But I just had to clarify, like, it's not really about the cinnamon.
It's
Like, they don't sit at the table and they're like, thank God we have this cinnamon.
no, that's
No
they
one
did.
cares about the
They
cinnamon.
did. Whoever won the cinnamon in the end, that's what they did at their dinner table.
Isn't it funny? Like, now everyone just has cinnamon. It's
Yeah.
like we fought for nothing.
Exactly. And that's why I would be pissed as shit if my son was going off to war for cinnamon.
If you win a war for something, shouldn't you be the only one that's allowed it?
Sometimes that happens, like land.
Yeah. Yeah. It was brought to my attention that I don't think anyone knows what a beetle looks like. That's I don't think anyone knows what a beetle looks like. Like, what do you think a beetle looks like?
I can have an exact replica in my mind because I'm outdoors all the time. I pop by
You
beetle.
know
after
what
beetle.
a beetle is.
Yeah, and I scream every time I see one. It's terrifying. I hate them.
Can you describe it?
It's black. Its legs are very skinny. It has like a black kind of like tortoise looking shell, and its head is like a gigantic ant head with like. I hate them.
Really? Is that what they look like, Obi?
Well, there's different kinds of beetles, but
I know the black beetle personally.
Okay.
I think she's doing a good job. Are you saying this at the top?
Yes,
Yeah, she's doing the stag beetle.
that one down there. Yep. That black one.
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah.
that one. That's the one I see walking. Bup, 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 bup.
You see the top left image is a VW beetle, and okay, now I've seen the beetle, but I feel like people don't know besides you,
Okay,
who
but-
is a rare relic right
Well,
now.
I
Who knows?
spend time outside.
Yeah, people don't know what beetles look like, and you want to know why? Well, one of those is a roach.
One of those looks like
Okay.
a tick.
Even Google doesn't know. It's put like 9 different insects in there and called it a beetle.
I know.
And I think I have an odd theory.
Okay.
I think when a word is misused enough times, people forget the original meaning of it.
For sure.
You have Beetlejuice.
Ugh.
You have the Beatles, the musical band.
I wonder why they named themselves Beatles.
You have a VW Beetle. But none of them look like a beetle.
So true, Lena.
And I feel like that has now taken precedence over the actual insect.
So what do you think of immediately when you hear the word beetle? Like,
Um,
what's your go-to? What's your head
The
picture?
Beatles,
Okay.
which is spelled differently.
I just realized that in the moment.
Yeah.
Any history there of why? No.
Because
They
it's
thought-
beat, like the beat.
Ah.
Wait, did neither of you know that?
No.
It is like a crazy thing to find out. I found out like maybe 2 years ago.
Wait, but who?
I can look up more, but that's
The Beatles. Damn, what a play on words.
Like, why wouldn't they just go with the beats?
'Cause
Like, who was
Beatles-
like, let's add less?
Beatles. Beatles. Let us.
Beatles.
Wow. That's really interesting. I'm really glad I know that.
I know. And I don't even really think of them as like beat people.
I don't feel like a lot. Did any of them play the drums? No, just kidding. Don't fuck around with the Beatles. Don't say anything about them because all of a
know.
sudden, if Alex was here, he'd be rolling over in his grave.
I wonder if Alex knows that.
No, Alex for sure would know that.
yeah. Alex would probably be like, "Oh, you guys don't know that."
And we'd be like, sorry, like it is. I don't have that fun fact, but I love that I have that fun fact now. I can't wait to pull
That
it
is
out.
so cool.
I
And
know.
they wanted I didn't know this part, but they wanted a name after an insect because there was another band called the Crickets. So they were thinking of like insect names and thought of the Beatles.
Isn't it interesting?
maybe,
like
maybe less cool now.
But the thing about it is like the Beatles is such a cool name, right?
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
But it had to become cool. Like if I don't they made Beatles cool.
yeah. But that's what I mean is like no one even knows what like a real beetle is anymore. Do you think that they'll just become less and less relevant?
I don't think Beatles have
As
any
people-
current relevance.
Exactly.
Like I think they're
Like and
irrelevant.
Beetlejuice. There's no reference to Beatles in there, is there?
no, I actually hate the movie. I'm so
I haven't
sorry.
seen it.
Yeah,
haven't
don't,
seen
I
it
mean,
either.
I'm not about to cause a commotion. But yeah.
I think we have something against Beatles.
No, I do have something against Beatles. I don't like
What
bugs.
about VWs?
I think they're very cute.
Okay.
But I like the old ones. As you know how since I'm a dinosaur now,
Yeah.
I prefer the old Beatles.
Yeah.
I love when I see an old bug.
The new bugs are so cute though.
They don't have the same flair.
My sister had one growing up, so
Well, it was very cool when we were like you had the like fake flower.
The vase.
Oh my god.
the flower vase.
That was so legit in the
know.
car. I mean, that's like a staple of
I know
young
they were for
childhood.
women,
I did see some guys in there too.
but with the flower vase.
No, you never saw that.
Yeah, what a way to win us over.
I
to the car.
know. I know. They really did well with that. I'm always so interested in what your brain comes up with every week.
Yeah, that was definitely like a big thing. I was like, I think that we've worn out the insect.
Did you see a beetle in the street?
What happened was my mom was telling me that she planted a Persian cucumber plant and that she noticed a group of beetles came and devoured the plant before it could grow. And then I said, what is a beetle? And she said, a beetle. And then she described it. And I said, I don't think that's what a beetle is. I think you have that wrong. She goes, yes, of course I do. I know what it is. Sends me a picture. We look it up. It was a bunch of like roly-polies.
Oh, wow.
But they weren't called roly-polies. They were just bigger.
Oh.
And apparently they're not even considered insects. They're considered part of a crustacean family.
No, that's not.
Which, like, how can they do that on land? And I was like, I don't think that anyone really knows what beetles look like anymore because we've misused.
Well, beetles
name.
remind me in general of just like words that I use for everything. Like I say power bar. Everything's power bar to me.
Yeah, everything's a beetle.
Power bar. Like no one really knows what the original power. I know, but everything's a power bar to me. Everything's Google it.
What is it? What is that? Beetle has become
Kleenex.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna I was trying to find like the grammar word for it.
No, Alina, that's way too far.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know there's a specific term.
Yeah.
But it's Kleenex.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing I was gonna say was it was Mother's Day.
Oh no.
I had no idea how much of a national holiday Mother's Day was.
How did you figure this out? How did you find out?
Well, it's the first time that I was a mom, so naturally, it's just like more on my radar. Before that, I was like, whatever. And then it hit me like, wow, we as a nation can come together for one thing, and it's moms.
Really?
And there's
you feel like the nation comes together for moms?
Yeah, there's literally signage everywhere. Everyone was like saying Happy Mother's Day to me in passing in public.
I love the passing Mother's Day.
I was like, I had no idea that this was such a cherished holiday, and it made me really like surprised because we as a nation, we hate women, yet we come together.
Where you're gonna go with that?
Yet we're like, yeah, Mother's Day.
We hate women, but we love mothers.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, everyone is like okay celebrating us today. Like
today's our day.
I had no idea how much of a phenomena mothers were.
Yeah, I will say that when I got a couple random Happy Mother's Days in person Happy Mother's Day, like from a flyby.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a random strange.
Yeah.
It felt amazing.
It did.
I was like, thank you for saying that. I almost said Happy Mother's Day back, and they were men.
Well, so
it felt weird.
I did that.
Oh.
I said,
you're new. This is my third Mother's Day.
Someone said, Happy Mother's Day.
You said.
I said, you too. And then I wanted to go back and like correct myself. Like, sorry, I said you but I'm like, he has a mom too.
So congratulations.
So, congrats for being born.
Yeah.
Congrats for being here. You too. But I was so embarrassed I said you too. It was
I know, but how fun for them.
I know.
They got a little bit of that celebration.
I know.
So I always think of it like that.
I just had no idea that it was such a national holiday. And then it got me thinking, what could be the worst thing that could happen on Mother's Day?
What do you mean? That's like the worst thing that you could ever say on this podcast. This is like doom spiraling. What are you talking about?
I know. But see, like, you're Miss Positive Polly and I'm Miss Negative Nancy. Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
So I literally went like, oh my God.
Oh,
the worst thing that you could have on Mother's Day is have your child be mad at you.
Oh, that's the word. Okay, I was going way darker, but sure. Yeah.
Like, imagine your kid is mad at you on Mother's Day. Like, this is a day for me. This is my day. This is a day to celebrate what I do as a mom. And you're going to be mad at me because I'm not going to give you goldfish?
Wait, I think Waylon was mad at me at least 4 or 5 times yesterday.
Wasn't it awful?
I think I carried her out of the toy store screaming. So, no, I was actually like so impressed with myself. I'm like, told you we're leaving. We're going. So I was like, look at me being a mom.
I'm not prepared. I'm like, because like, on your birthday, you're like, everyone has to, it's my birthday. Like, everyone has to like kiss the ground that I walk on,
Yeah.
So it's like on Mother's Day, it's like everyone has to be on their best behavior. Everyone has to be nice. Everyone has to like really appreciate that I'm a mother. Please. And so if you're going to be upset with me on Mother's Day, like, I'd rather not have a Mother's Day.
Skip it.
I'd rather just have this be a regular Sunday where you're mad at me.
honestly, in your life, too many people have been mad at you, or you've thought too many people have been mad at you.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. I think your greatest fear is someone being mad at you, and the worst person that could be mad at you is your son. Now, this is a combination of literally like a
Lifelong
nuclear
trauma.
bomb.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, no, back in the day, if Waylon was upset with me, like if she was really crying, I was taking it hard. Like I told Corbin in the car, like if she was crying or upset, it would like wreck my day.
Mhm.
Like wreck me. I couldn't bounce back. And now I'm like, she's gonna be mad at me.
So you've accepted it.
Not that I have accepted it, but I accept it because I'm sure of myself, and I know that like it's okay to be mad. And like before, like it was very hard for me to process anger, sadness, frustration. Like I couldn't even process that within myself. Like
Yeah.
I was very like push it down. And so like now that I've been able to process it more for myself, I can process it more for her and be like, it's okay to be like, if you're not pissed when you're leaving the toy store, you weren't having fun. Like, of course you're pissed. You're 2 and you want to train, but we already got you your toy and we're leaving.
That's such great positivity, Sarah.
It took 2 years to get here.
Like, imagine being like, oh, you know what? You're crying because you're having a good time. That's great.
Good for
Let's
you.
go home.
I can't wait to cry because
so
I'm having a good
cool.
day. Imagine like I'm crying because I'm so happy. Good for me. You know? Like I'm having
Yeah.
so much fun. I'm crying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it when someone's mad at you, and it took me a long time to get there, but I think you're going to get there too.
Okay.
I think through motherhood, Alina, you heal a lot of that stuff of if someone's like mad at me. Like all like
Yeah.
the things that maybe you struggle with, you'll learn in time that you're able to heal those. You only get don't yawn at my motherhood.
It wasn't even a full yawn. It was
No.
like a sigh.
No, you looked at me in the eye and did it.
It was more like I was ingesting this task that you've placed upon me to be like a better person. Like,
No, what I'm saying is like eventually any of the traumas you feel you have, you'll heal.
yeah.
You'll heal your life trauma through motherhood.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Um,
May the force be with you.
really quick, I was reading.
Does it have to be quick or can it be long-winded?
It could be long. Okay. So I'm not the best at reading.
Join the club.
Not that I don't know how.
No.
I'm talking about like reading childhood books to my son. Okay.
Oh shit, these are just baby books?
Baby books. Okay. So this is now 2 times. I've pulled up a book. I've read it to our son. First time, Noelle went, Alina, slow down.
Wow,
You're
you're speed
running the
reading.
book.
Okay.
Put some like love into it.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, I didn't even know
I was supposed to do that.
I was supposed to do that. I'm just like so used to like trying to read a book fast. Then I read Goodnight Moon. And my mom was listening. And my mom went, there was a lot of passion in that.
Wait, so first you were passionate.
No, she was being sarcastic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought you
I said,
overcorrected.
Oh, yeah, see, I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm getting this right. She's like, you just read through that, like, extremely monotone. Like, there was no, she was like telling, the Little Prince, like, your mom had a lot of passion for that book.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, wow, I really got to, like, slow it down and read it, like, more energy. I don't understand.
No, I think like, okay, so
And my first run through with this was with Eddie, who was like correcting me, telling me that I was like,
was he telling you that you were
he was telling me I was skipping stuff.
okay?
which
Well,
I
that's
was
different.
was.
Skipping stuff is different than just reading
fast.
quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, so first I wanted to defend you on your quick reading because like babies have a slow attention span. So potentially you could have been in your mind like next page. Like I want to get through this book so he knows what happens in the end.
Yeah.
You know,
He needs the next page.
he's ready. He's listened to that page. So generally, I get that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I think with kids, like you do kind of over exaggerate things because
Mhm.
like
You think they're silly and small
Well,
and stupid.
not that. It's just like no,
They don't
like,
have the brain space.
It's not that. It's like
What?
it's
Can
more.
I'm just fucking with you now.
I feel like you kind of perform for them.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
I was like, so even with books, you're like, you're big-eyed, you're excited, like
I wasn't.
But I think that it's maybe a good thing because like you're just being yourself in this read.
Yeah.
You're not putting on a show for him. You're just like, this is how I would read a book.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like that's pretty valuable because then you don't get into this phase of like everything's a performance.
Everything is a performance,
And like Corbin will be more like that too. Like he'll just read as he is as a person. And I am like, no, like I
gotta
have a
put on a
Broadway show and I need to be, I'm there to perform at 4, 7, and 9 and like, get ready. Here I come. But that is more of my personality.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually a positive that you're not, flamboyant in all of your ways of reading because then he's going to be like, who is this person?
Yeah, he's going to be like, I don't recognize you.
Yeah.
This is out of character.
Exactly.
I'll be like, you're right. It is out of character.
Like Noelle's going to be the flamboyant reader.
Yeah.
And you'll read how you are.
He just like, he has more inflection when he reads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have that down. But the main point I brought this up, I just had to throw myself under the bus for being, a very unenthusiastic reader.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote Goodnight Moon, they definitely had OCD.
Because
they had to say goodnight to literally everything in the room.
Cat.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I read that book and I was like, this is literally me.
No, I think
when I'm just trying to go about life. Like
I think kids
it was
do
like
that.
No, it was just like a little too close to home. And I think that's probably why I sped run through it because I was like, don't let the OCD creep in. Just get through it.
Like if you don't say goodnight to everything.
Yeah, the world is going to end.
Oh, wait,
like,
that was your daily routine? Is like
no, I didn't have that specifically with goodnight, but it manifests itself in different ways. Like if I don't go and touch the stove 3 times, like the house is going to burn down.
Yeah. Do you feel like you had OCD like that?
I think I have it presently.
Like currently?
Yes,
like,
for sure.
But as a PP OCD?
I think it's gotten better in ways because I just don't have time to think about it as much.
Okay.
But when it was at its height, yeah. I would have to like sit and count on my fingers.
Oh, what number?
Like different numbers. And I'd have to do it like 3 times and then maybe 11 times. And then I tell myself I had to do 11 more times.
God, that's so hard, Alina. No, it's so hard. It's so hard.
It is.
It's hard.
It is. So reading Goodnight Moon was so triggering for me because I was like, no, I don't need to say goodnight to everything in this room right now. Everything's going to be fine if we don't say goodnight to the 3 bears picture.
3 little bears sitting in chairs. And oh my God, I feel like I could recite that book. That's so true. But it's funny because like, as we say goodnight to everything. Like we'll go out to the garden and say goodnight because she wants to say goodnight to everything.
Yeah, we're instilling OCD into children at a very young age.
Like, oh, like she needs to do this. And again, we don't do it every night. No one freak out. But I just mean like kids will do that. They'll say goodnight to their stuffed animals. Like I'm not picking up on it's like an anxious thing for her. I don't know if you can see anxiety in a 2-year-old, but like I never thought of it like that. Of like I need to get to everything before I can go to sleep.
Someone that has experience with that and is troubled
by it. Burn that book. I
didn't like it. That's why I sped run through it.
Okay, that makes complete sense. You're monotone reading and speed reading because you're fucking pissed about this OCD book. You don't want to instill OCD in your child. Can you instill OCD?
I don't know. I don't know, but like
I don't think anyone knows. Can you?
I don't know.
No, I think kids like will be anxious if they see that.
But
their
maybe if they have it. And you're like training your child that it needs to say goodnight to everything in the room, then they're going to be like, yes, I do. You're right. That does itch my brain in a way that I need.
Yeah. I guess it's fine if you want to say goodnight to everything, but if you think you're going to die if you don't, like if it's like goodnight or death, then that's where we have to draw the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like seeing your own habits in him, and like you'll be like, oh, I need to heal this in myself so I don't breathe on him and he catches OCD. However you catch it. Don't breathe too hard on him. Could you imagine if that's how like OCD spread? Oh my God.
Oh yeah, you'd have it.
Oh, I would so have it by now.
From me. So yeah.
Oh, wow, Alina. Okay, we got to change all your books. So start with, do Little Blue Truck and do that whole Little Blue Truck family. There's no good night scenes.
There's no
good
repetitive
There's
nature?
no repetitive nature. But get the whole, I love the Christmas, the Halloween. Get all the holidays for Little Blue Truck. It's
Okay.
Lift a flap.
Okay.
Just start there and
Okay.
burn everything else. Okay. Oh shoot, we got someone over there holding up fingers. If I count 1, 2, 3, 4, then how many? 4 minutes left. Okay, well then I gotta save my pamphlet bit for the bonus.
Yeah, especially since you said it wrong.
Pamphlet? What? What? Are you serious? How do you say it?
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
I'm trying to realize which part I got wrong. So I'm pamphlet. Pamphlet. What is it?
It's pamphlet.
Pamphlet? It's pamphlet. Hold on. You're telling me the word is pamphlet? Pamphlet? I can't even say that.
No, you're saying the same thing.
Say the word?
Pamphlet.
Pamphlet? Like a pamphlet.
Like F-L-E-L. F-A.
I have a
F-L-E-T.
What did I say? Pamphlet? Pamphlet's wrong. Pamphlet.
Pamphlet.
Well, it's less like
Okay, can you say it?
pamphlet.
Pamphlet.
Aw, that's cute, Sarah.
No, honestly, I've realized, Mom, if you're watching this, how dare you? My mom says a lot of words wrong, and I'm correcting my mom. And so, like, here I am. I probably heard her say pamphlet. God damn it, Mom. You got me pamphleting. And so, yeah, now I'm embarrassed, and I'm never going to say the story again. No, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you in the bonus, but it's way longer than 4 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to rant on and on about it now.
We have some time, so I'll do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, should we talk about No.
What don't you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about suing? Because we were talking about Burger King before we started.
Yes.
So Burger King is getting sued, you guys. And also, mind you, in this article, I want to let everyone know McDonald's and Wendy's and Subway's also getting sued. So it's not just a Burger King thing. It's
Okay.
motherfucking everyone out there that's basically selling food.
Yes. Tell us why they're getting sued.
They're getting sued because on the commercials, you guys, people saw the Whopper and felt that the Whopper portrayed a bigger hamburger than they were getting in real life.
Yes. So they've gone to sue, and
Like 19 people are suing.
yeah, and the judge said, like, no, Burger King, you are getting sued.
Yeah.
We're not dismissing this. You are. And you know what I have to say about that? You obviously think Sarah thinks this is absolutely ridiculous. How do people even like know how to sue? Which very valid. How do people know how to sue?
How do people know how to sue?
But you were going on about how stupid people are.
No, I was
like
I
that's
was,
so stupid.
Yeah, that's the stupidest thing I've
that
ever
you
heard.
thought that. And then I thought actually like I think that something I'd be very good at
Is suing?
is like getting the petitions together to sue or getting the ideas together to sue. I don't know how to sue, but like I believe everything that I see in an advertisement. And so I will be able to spot if something is different from an advertisement from a very young age.
Oh my God.
I always, if
Yeah.
an ad said something, I believed it to be fact. I'm very, very pulled into marketing. Okay. I know there's like, I know when stuff is like embellished, right? But I like to go with it. I won't sue over it, but I'll think like, oh, that's not accurate. And so it made me think like, I actually think I'd be really good at finding things to sue about because I do think it is very misleading to use different pictures of the Whopper when it was a different size in your advertisements. That is false. That is false advertising. Take a present picture. That's like catfishing. That's catfishing.
Every commercial is a catfish.
No,
Every person
it shouldn't be.
Catfish.
You're catfishing people into buying a burger that is a different size than it is presently. And then you are shrinking the size of the meat because it helps you cost-wise. That is messed up.
No.
Yes, that is
No.
catfishing.
No.
Yes, we go after people for catfishing. Why do we not
It's
go
a
after Burger
professional
King?
photographer taking professional photos with a professional camera with a professional angle. They
And
know
there
how
was
to
a
shoot people.
Burger King rep that had to deliver a patty, and he said, make it bigger.
That's like saying I'm going to sue the model and the company brand of this dress because the dress showed up and it looks different on me.
But that does not, no one's wearing a Whopper.
Well, the burger's right there and people are eating it in the commercials. Think of Carl's Jr. Well, Carl's Jr. is not getting sued, so maybe they're not a part of this. But That's on you.
No, it's not on you.
That's on you. Rise above.
If you take a picture of a dress and it looks pink, but in person it's actually purple, huge difference. Suable.
No.
Suable offense.
No suing. No suing.
Yes.
I bet purple looks better on you anywheres. Wear the fucking dress.
Well, actually, with colors, it's like, what even is a color?
no, what it
I'm like,
like
how do
literally,
we
and we
know
can't
that
be the
it's
judge. Our eyes are
subjective?
different. Don't even get colors fucking involved in this.
The blue and black dress is fact enough
No,
of that.
it's still that's like how we started. Like our okay.
Yeah, that's how
let's-
we discovered colors.
Totally. I mean, shocking. Let Burger King live. They're obviously going to show their best side. They're going to show their hottest side. Are you kidding me? The pictures I show on this podcast in our stills. It's
How
a
about
catfish.
this? How about I tell you
don't
this?
look that
How about I
hot.
tell you this? They're going out of their way to use sizes of the burger from years ago when it was bigger for the photos.
No.
What do you mean? Yes.
No.
What are you saying no to?
What I'm saying no to is if you look at that burger on screen and you think you're going to a motherfucking fast food restaurant and you're getting a beautiful fucking burger, you're stupid and you shouldn't sue.
They're not talking about the beauty of the burger. They're talking about the size of the patty.
Of course, it's massive. No. They're talking about everything.
No. It's the size of the patty.
It doesn't matter. Right?
Right?
The size of the patty is still like a little bit slipped off. It's an undercover angle.
It is the.
I
it
can
is-
make my boobs look way better in a photo than they do in real life, Alina. I shouldn't be sued over it. That's
But
my.
you're not selling your boobs.
Yes, I am. I'm selling my whole body, and I was selling it to Corbin, and I hoped he bought it and he purchased it. And now what? Okay, should he sue?
He should. He should. Anything that's
Everything
false.
is false advertising.
No,
Think about all the cosmetic procedures. False advertising.
it is.
Okay,
Suable
so we
offense.
should not suable. It's not suable.
It is
We're
suable.
all putting our best foot forward, and it's a lie.
No, I think it's totally suable.
If you have time to sue Burger King because you were bamboozled by their advertising,
I do agree. It is ridiculous. Like whoever's doing the suing and like deciding.
you're gonna make the suing. Alina's website is gonna be like www like howcanwesue them.com.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, you could sue them. You could sue them. I was tricked by this. I thought this. No suing. Take suing off the table. No one should sue. No one should sue ever. It's way too tough. If you could sue, you could probably learn another language.
No, I know. I won't be suing, but I will aid in the
sue
false
process.
advertisement because I agree. I think false advertisement is really messed up because you go with one expectation.
Isn't that social media? Don't get me started.
Some
That's
people,
basically social media.
Yeah. If I could sue them, I would.
You know what? Let's sue social media. Let's take this to the courts. I'm pissed. I thought if I dressed this way, I looked this way, I would be this cute. And it's a lie.
Yeah.
Let's take it to federal. Who do we talk to? You know what? Let's take it to Supreme. Let's go to the top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You think there's anything in the Supreme about this? Oh, guess what? Subway's getting sued because people thought the sandwiches would have more meat based on the photo. More meat. Just say
Why don't you just take
say
a photo
extra
that's
meat.
accurate?
Just say extra meat when
Why
you
don't
get
you just
there.
say an accurate photo? Take an
Because
accurate photo.
no one would go to Subway if they saw what it accurately looked like. And no one would go to Burger King if they saw the finished product.
Well, then maybe they shouldn't be in business if
Well-
what they're selling is not even photographable.
It's disgusting. We all agree. But we go anyway because we're all so gross. And we like gross things sometimes.
Agree to
should-
disagree.
Damn it. Okay, so what do you think about this? Like, what's your actual opinion?
I actually think it's really messed up if they're using old photos when the meat was
They're
bigger.
not using old
That's what they're doing.
photos.
That's what the case is.
No. The case is the
That's
advertising.
Ovi.
No, it says puffiness. I read it. It says puffy and misleading.
They were
It's
depicting
misleading.
photos of years ago when the meat was fuller in the bun. They've
I don't think
since shrinkaged the meat because
the
of the
menu.
recession.
No, on the menu
And
it
now
says
they're-
1/4 burger patty melt something.
And then you know what they're doing? They're using a half pounder in the photos. That is a suable offense.
I don't feel like they're doing that. Honestly.
That's what they're doing.
I don't know. Don't give me the facts. Just give me the feelings. They're just saying the meat patties in the advertising doesn't look like it when we get it in the burger.
No, it's not
That's
like,
basically
it looks
everything.
prettier and it's glistening more.
They're
It's
showing,
like
they're showing them
the
to be
size.
containing oversized meat patties and ingredients that overflow over the bun
Yeah,
to make it
overflow the
appear
bun. Yeah, make it
that the
appear.
burgers are approximately 35% larger in size and contain more than double the meat of
Okay.
the actual burger. That is substantial.
Suable.
I
That's
thought-
substantial.
No.
I think suing is stupid, but like, get your bag.
I mean, of course they're trying to make something look better than it is. Welcome to advertising. Hello?
But it's not like, oh, we made it glisten and look beautiful. It's like, no, we made it look twice the size.
35% bigger.
That's
Twice the
basically
amount of
twice.
meat, though.
I don't know. 35%. I don't know percentages, you guys. You can't get me mathematical in here.
No, it's twice the meat.
35% the size, twice the amount of meat.
Look, I'm not saying it's not false
If you're
advertising.
wrong, you could just say it.
No. My point stands. Don't sue over thinking a burger is going to be better than it is from Burger King. It's Burger King.
But also, yeah, it's Burger King.
It's Burger King.
Sue them. Get your bag.
So,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the people suing aren't like that distraught over it.
They
Yeah,
seem
no.
to be. You can't sue unless you're distraught.
I mean, you're distraught.
I'm distraught. You're so right. I'm going to sue.
She's like working for Burger King. She's on their defense team.
You're stupid. Don't sue.
I agree
think
that
I have a
suing
chip
is
on my shoulder about
silly.
suing. I just like in
But-
general, like if you sue, I'm just like, okay, like it has to be literally an actual life, like getting a burger that's a little bit smaller than it would appear on that's not changing your life to me.
I agree.
Like you need to sue over something real. Like don't water down suing. Make it matter. Don't be out there suing because your burger was
Yeah.
less big than you thought.
It is a frivolous suit, but it's also like, go for it if you have the energy. I'm not going to be the one doing it, but I will help you find the case.
Oh God, I feel so riled up. You know, like when you just really want someone to be like on your team and you're not, but like I'm happy you're not because like you got me in a tizzy and you know I love being in a tizzy, so like I'm in my best state right now. So, you know what, I take everything back. Appreciate you.
I want to false advertise you now.
I am false advertising.
No, I want to do something to you.
Oh. You can't because I don't believe anything. I literally don't believe anything. You can't even false advertise me because I'm like, I don't buy it.
You know, it'd be really funny
What?
if I like took a picture of something that I bought for you.
And then
And I was like, I'm going to bring this to you next time I see you.
Yeah.
And then I brought it to you. Like maybe maybe it was a blush, right? And then when you open it, like it was just like mud inside.
I'd be like, is this
Would
the
you
new
be a little
thing?
bit upset?
No, I'd be totally upset. I'd be like, wow, this is an awful gift. I can't believe she brought this to me.
Yeah, she said it was blush. And then when I opened it, it was a bunch of dirt.
Listen, I understand being upset. I'm always in a state of upset. As I said, like, let's be angry together. Should we sue?
Yeah,
No,
you're
of
not
course
going to
not.
sue me over
No,
it.
But
Or maybe.
I'll talk shit. I'll talk shit because that's what
Yeah.
helps me. But maybe suing helps others. And I can't be the judge
I
of what
love the
helps
flip flop.
others.
I love when we do
Listen,
that.
if these people have ever sued before, that's what I
Maybe
imagine.
they're making a living off the suing.
That's what I'm thinking. Like these people, it feels like these people are finding anything to sue over.
Yeah.
And like if you have that much time to sue about a burger patty, like it's not like if the burger patty killed him, sue. That's suable.
Yeah.
If the burger had a nail in it, sue. If the burger patty was green, sue.
Yeah.
If the burger patty was a little bit smaller, get two.
I just feel like they should know better.
Burger King or the person?
Burger King. You should know better. Anyway,
Agree to disagree.
let's talk about rats in the bonus.
Ew, we're always talking rats.
I know.
We have a high tolerance of rats here.
I know.
We
And
apparently like them.
and frogs.
Yeah. And pigeons.
Yeah. And pigeons. All the rodents of the world.
So gross.
Okay, we'll see you in the bonus.
Bye.
This week on the bonus.
People do comment on red hair.
Your pubes red too?
We live in such a world that we cannot do anything without sharing it. We can't. I can't. I'm sitting here. I'm sharing my life. Like, if rats are out there trying to detonate landmines, they're trying to save people. This is a fucking hero rat. When are we experimenting in the home? It's always with methamphetamines.